Well, guys, I don't usually cover American news because I don't care like any other foreign news. But turning on the TV this morning and seeing the Sky News election coverage look more like a funeral service made me howl with laughter, and it got better within seconds of this happening.
Hillary, are you seeing any similarities between Kamala Harris's campaign and Hillary Clinton's campaign as we sit here now?
Only the desperate fear that they're both going to have lost.
Well, Sky News and the rest of them didn't have to wait long for that fear to be realised, and the complete bedshitting that came as that realisation here has been beautiful. In fact, Sky News reporting that Trump had won one state was like something you would see when the Queen died or something. Watch this.
Sky News is ready to make a major state projection.
Wow.
And it is this, and it is major, and it is quite possibly the state that wins this for Donald Trump.
Oh, the devastation is real and they just can't hide it. But that's not all, because it got so bad on Channel 4 that Maxine Waters called Americans racist.
Evidently, the majority of basically whites in this country willing to accept a dishonorable human being, someone who has been convicted of 34 felonies, someone who has been openly and brazenly racist. Racism is the basic point.
This was then doubled down on by another trout whose name I couldn't give a toss about with this salt-dripping clusterfuck she spat at here.
She was basically saying, when I asked why has this happened, that it's down to racism and that black people are outnumbered and that this is a largely white vote. I mean, do you go along with that sort of narrative?
It's not just racism, it's also the patriarchy. I mean, the fact she's a woman matters a lot because a lot of men don't like the idea of being threatened or challenged or told what to do by a woman.
Oh yeah, like I said, the meltdowns are in full swing, but it didn't even stop there, as we also had Emily Makepeace being told to wind her dirty potty mouth in after swearing at least twice that I can find.
Name calling, of putting people down.
Wait a minute, Kamala's been the one calling names lately, and I think the Democrats are doing that much more than Donald Trump right now. What Donald
Trump
Nancy
Pelosi a bitch last night. When Donald Trump talked about the eating cats and dogs, half of America was just thinking, this is batshit. I can't believe what he's saying. This is going to be the end of him.
Stop swearing. I've been telling you.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Well, the ever-impartial and professional mainstream media never let you down, do they? Much like the talking head tosspots on Twitter, who, as you can imagine, are shit in the bed with the best of them, which includes politicians in that one. But to be honest, bollocks with them, because the funniest for me is seeing the certified race-baiting fuckpig David Lammy fold like a paper bag from his 2017 position now that Trump is back and he wants to keep his ministerial post, I guess.
Fucking embarrassing.
Oh yes, in 2017, David Lammy was calling Trump a racist KKK and Nazi sympathiser, but now he's essentially sucking his big orange man bad ass, you know, a bit like Starmer is. This for me is fucking beautiful because all of us know he thinks Donald Trump is all of those things and more, but now he has to suck up to him because he's a minister and likely knows if the Trump administration refuses to deal with him over past comments, then Starmer would have to replace him. That there would be highly embarrassing, not only personally for Lammy himself, but for the entire government, as their past activism would literally affect their ability to govern the country. In fact, it will be funny to see how Trump handles the Starmer government now that he's in office, because he could make them all look like clowns. Well, more like clowns than they already do, I should say. Which, speaking of clowns, the Greens never let you down on that one either, as their cretinous leader shot out this bit of Trump derangement syndrome earlier.
I know that, like me, many of you will be feeling fearful this morning. A convicted criminal, a fascist who does not respect the rule of law, is once again set to become leader of the most powerful country in the world. For a man who denies the reality of climate change, has no respect for the truth, and engineered the overturning of women's right to choose, for him to have so much power feels frightening. His relentless attacks on migrants, his racism, his misogyny, his homophobia, it leaves many in our communities feeling threatened this morning. So on this dark day, I want to say that we stand in solidarity with all those who dreaded this moment and must now live with its consequences, including those in Gaza and Ukraine.
Oh yes, guys, Trump derangement syndrome is back in full swing. Someone also needs to give that trout a medal for fitting every phobia, ism and this buzzword she could in that, because it was a skillful bit of bullshit in such a short space of time. Now yes, there are hundreds more out there that I could mock, but you get the point of what I'm saying. It's time to end this video and break out the rubber boat, because the salty tears are flowing like it's 2016 all over again.
Pandemic